Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, what's up, everyone? You find yourselves trying to get your Craig Mac on and put some brand new flavor in your ear? Well, funny you should mention that because we have a brand new show that you should check out. It is called Pod Sauce. It is your podcast discovery show.
Everyone's always looking for a podcast recommendation. We got lots of them for you, from true crime to pop culture. And you can join us each week as we dish on all of our favorite podcasts out there. So make sure you download the Odyssey app and search Pod Sauce, or head on over to podsauce.com.
We got you covered, guys.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle, an Odyssey station.
Odyssey.
And also radio.com is now Odyssey. So if you've got the radio.com app, guess what? You don't have the radio.com app. Now you have the Odyssey app. A lot of cool stuff happening with Odyssey. There's brand new podcasts that Odyssey has that you can actually binge all of the episodes on the app. And, of course, everything that we do you can get on Odyssey. So if you haven't downloaded the Odyssey app, you should get it today. That's AUDACY. You can listen to us, listen to all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that move you, baby. That's Odyssey, AUDACY.
Let's play Beat Mix.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to beat mix. It is time to turn down for tequila.
Charge out for what?
What? Tequila. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right there. See? Tequila. All right. Have it and, have fun. Have it and have fun. Yeah.
Have it and have fun.
That's all I got. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Travis and Kent. Travis, are you there?
Yes, I am, and Steve wants to win today.
Wow, not a whole lot of confidence in your ability there, sir.
Well, I am 6, 8, and 3, so he might want this win.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line here, dude.
A lot of pressure on me right now.
All right, then.
Yeah. It's either a win I need or a tie to extend
Yeah, to keep
the
it going.
optimism.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right, get out of here. Okay. Nice. For those playing at home, Travis will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Travis, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes!
Nice. Better ingredients, better pizza has been used as an ad slogan by which company?
Papa Murphy's.
No.
Pizza Hut.
No.
Domino's.
No. A prune is what kind of dried fruit?
Plum.
Yes. Who released the hit Boulevard of Broken Dreams in 2004?
Green Day.
Yes. What year of the early 2000s did Apple introduce its first retail store?
2000.
No.
2003.
No.
2002.
No.
Oh.
What planet is the third brightest object in the Earth's sky?
Mars.
No.
Venus.
Yes. Guam, an island south of Japan, is a territory of what country?
America.
Yes. Mexican ceviche is made by marinating raw fish in what type of liquid?
Lime juice.
Yes. What country is directly north of Vietnam?
China.
Yes. What game do the MIT students play to win in the movie 21?
blackjack.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, correct.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see if this is the magic number.
Yeah, Steve's going to have to work to get that nice score.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Huh,
If anybody's up for this job, it's not Steve.
Well, no, I think he's up for it to get the old 6'9".
Oh, look at him.
Yeah, and here he comes, sauntering in.
That's right.
Like he's got a plan. Are you ready?
I have a plan.
Well,
to win.
I'll tell you what, Travis didn't make it easy for you.
No, he did not.
No, he didn't throw this. I was wondering if he would throw it, but he did not. He tried his hardest.
We all play this game with integrity, BJ.
Exactly. Better ingredients, better pizza has been used as an ad slogan by which company?
Papa Murphy's?
No.
Murphy's? Papa John?
Yes.
Nice.
A prune is what kind of dried fruit?
Oh, that's the goat, the plum.
Yes. Who released the hit Boulevard of Broken Dreams in 2004?
Green Day.
Yes. What year, the early 2000s, did Apple introduce its first retail store?
2000.
No.
2001.
Yes. What planet is the third brightest object in the Earth's sky?
That would be Uranus, Rev.
No.
Venus.
Yes. Guam, an island south of Japan, is a territory of what country?
America.
Yes. Mexican ceviche is made by marinating raw fish in what type of liquid?
Lime.
No.
Lime juice.
Yes. What country is directly to the north of Vietnam?
Japan.
No.
China.
Yes.
Nice.
What game do the MIT students play to win in the movie 21?
They played 21. Jet blackjack.
Yes. In soccer, how many yellow cards result in a red card?
2.
Yes. And Steve, you win with a perfect 10. 10-7.
I got a perfect 10?
You got a
Yeah,
perfect
you did.
10. Wow.
Yeah, you did.
All I do is win.
And I don't think Travis is disappointed.
No. Because now he is 6, 9, and 3.
Nice.
Nice.
And they stay there.
Well, congratulations,
That
Travis.
did
You
not
did-
feel like a 10. Perfect
Oh,
10.
yeah, that was a great 10.
A very lucky 10, I'd say. I don't know if great's the right word, but yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, you got a couple of them I didn't think you would get, to be perfectly honest.
Well, Rev kind of just was sort of, he made it sound like it was like you were teetering with his, like, well, but actually you answered correctly, I think, on a couple of them, and Rev just wasn't sure if you did. Because, you know, like the lime one, lime was the correct answer without saying lime juice, because you said what kind of liquid, right?
Yeah.
So the liquid of a lime, I mean, a lime liquid, he's right.
Yeah.
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 No, I mean, I'm glad I got to clarify so I don't have to have
deal with the texters?
The Beat Mix police chime in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, congratulations. You got all them answers. Yes.
Yeah, you did, buddy. That's all that counts. You got the big, nice win.
Yeah, Venus definitely got lucky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And Vietnam as well. The V's.
The V's.
The V's did not betray you. Oh, that's actually interesting when you think about it. Never mind. So, Steve, you talk about this a lot, and it's when it comes to music, about getting goosebumps and chills traveling down your spine when, parts of your favorite song happen.
Happens a lot when I listen to Pearl Jam. That's for sure. There's always moments, but I think the one that always gets me is just there's a breakdown in 3 Days by Jane's Addiction that even just thinking about it, I'm like, oh, it's like when you hear a powerful line or for me, it's like when you get lost in like the guitar solo. That's always a good moment where you're like, "Oh man, that guy's feeling it." Aaron Jones right now, I think, he has moments in some of his songs in that the "Take Me Away" song. Great local artist, but like, at the end of the song, it's like the backing vocals are saying "Don't give up," and he's saying "I give up," and I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about it. It's just like it's just like this weird play between him and the other singers on the song, and it's so well done.
Turns out, Steve, you are like a lot of people, man. Half of us do get chills when listening to music. Science, Steve, is behind you on this one.
I don't buy that.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so researchers successfully observed the phenomenon known as musical chills by using an EEG test. And what the scientists did is they recruited folks, and they said, okay, I want to talk to everybody who's got musical chills. Does that happen? And they hooked them up to electrodes as these folks were listening to their favorite songs. And they were able to accurately predict the musical moments that would induce chills. But the folks listening also experienced chills during unexpected moments. So how about this? It's a thing. It definitely is a thing, not just with you.
Well, I didn't think it was just me, but even a few people texted saying I also get goosebumps too. Do you not get goosebumps at all when you listen to music?
I different parts stuff. Yeah, also music, also plays. I get them during plays. Yeah, I know.
What plays are you going
live
to?
performances? Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of plays lately.
Okay, I was going to say when's the, that's very true.
My wife,
no one is.
my wife and I love to go to plays. I mean, we used to do it a lot when she lived here. I mean, I don't do it as much without her because it was a thing that we did together. Live performances are so great. Live musicals are a really, watching a live musical, a musical on TV just seems boring to me. But when those folks do it live, I get chills because they're acting, they're singing. I mean, because I love to perform. I always wanted to be an actor. So I think that's why that gives me chills. And a lot of times it is during the musical segments.
It's powerful, and also there's that fear of the unknown because it's like everything's done live, so you don't know. They're on there's no safety net during a live performance in front of that many people.
Yeah, so
I'm sure Danny gets goosebumps. I got to imagine.
Oh yeah, especially not necessarily with albums anymore because I listen to the same songs over and over again a lot of the time. But seeing especially live music, if you're at a concert and they start playing your favorite song, like I get goosebumps. I almost tear up sometimes depending on what song it is, and it's just like one of those like. I just love that feeling so much.
I remember I bring up that band, the Glorious Sons, a lot. They have a song called Kill the Lights where they have a guitar solo. And it's not even a song on any of their records. It's an unreleased or a released single, but it never made it onto any of their records. And it's one of my favorite songs by them. And at the end, the guitarist goes balls out on the guitar solo, just loses his mind. And every time I see it live, it's just like, whoa, you're just taking us into a different stratosphere. Like, it's just, he's that good.
Yeah.
And it's one of those moments where I feel like everybody in the room is getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
Well, Rev, does Orgy give you goosebumps?
You mean the band?
No.
Yes, in that case.
I hope you mean the band, because I don't want to hear about his other orgy goosebumps.
I just like giving Rev a hard time about Orgy all the time.
I know, but you say that, but yes, there are some songs from Orgy, especially their second album, that I just absolutely adore. But like for a band that people might actually like know and like respect, like even like Typo Negative, some of their songs. I mean, they're so gothy, but there's a couple of love songs that just, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about them, and it's just sometimes you got that mood, and you just want that mood to fill you up with that music sort of stuff.
Well, it's a trigger effect.
Someone said Glenn Cannon, our friend that helps us out with Live Day.
Who's that guy?
He's in Glenn Cannon and the Damage Done. Also plays with me and Bruiser Brody, but he has a song called The Void on his last Glenn Cannon and the Damage Done record, which is a great song. This person says, whenever I hear it, I get goosebumps and I get choked up half of the time I listen to it.
That's a great song.
Gimme Shelter, The Stones gets me every time, according to one texter. The hair on my arm stand up and goosebumps from Craig.
Ooh, I think that's one of mine too, because I think I saw it was a documentary on Netflix forever ago about all the people that almost became famous, like the backup singers. And the backup,
it's a great doc.
Yeah, I'm totally blanking on the name of it, but the story of the backup singer for that song, she's like, they came up to me like at 2 a.m. I had curlers in my hair. I was pregnant. I go to the studio for this band, I don't know this band. And she belted it out, and then they played it, just her vocals. And to this day, I'll hear that song, same thing, chills every time. It is fantastic.
You know which one gets me? He had to give me a hard time because I know I'm probably the only person that likes Coldplay in this room or that listens to the station too. They had that song "Fix You," where it's like it just builds and builds. The drums keep building, and everything just kind of like comes to like a massive explosion musically at the end. And it's just right now I'm just even getting goosebumps thinking about it.
See that?
Thank you, Chris Martin.
Yeah. See,
I'm right there with you, buddy. Don't worry.
A few people saying "Simple Man" by Shinedown, their cover of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. It triggers something in our memory. So something good happened, apparently, when you first heard this song that somehow the scientists saying is every time it comes on, your brain goes, oh, man, and it just brings you back.
It's interesting because it's kind of an opposite for me. Like, I'll get chills now for songs when I was going through a hard time and listening to these songs. And then I listen to them now. I'm like, oh, I'm in a better place now, but I still get chills remembering like where I used to be.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's always interesting, too, is listening to them sing. Like, for me, it's every time you hear Yellow Cards, like Ocean Avenue, and like when they get to that last chorus and they're building, it's hard for me to like even sing without like getting like my voice cracking or something like that. It's like, I just love being here so much, and I just want to cry.
All right.
That's pretty much Danny all the time, though.
Yeah.
So it says Chester Bennington, and whenever he sings, that gives me goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
His voice. There's that great video of the guys in Lincoln Park, or it's just Mike Shinoda of Lincoln Park after Chester passed, and he's at like some stadium show somewhere in another country, and he asked the crowd to sing along with him on a Lincoln Park song and do Chester's parts. I just watched that the other day. Someone reshared it, and it's just... It's emotional, man, because you can just tell, like, that crowd, I mean, they pan out to the crowd and everyone's crying, but singing at the top of their lungs, and you could see Mike up there just kind of feeling that moment and really enjoying the love that the fans are giving for his former bandmate. It's a really cool thing. If you could get your hands on that, it's out there on YouTube.
BJ and Migs. Mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Hey, Washington. Delta Dental is on a mission. Our state has a lot to smile about, and we think those smiles should be healthy and bright. That's why we support our Cora Foundation Smilemobile. This dental office on wheels provides checkups and oral health education to communities that need it most. The Smilemobile has reached over 44,000 children and families across Washington. See how the Smilemobile is getting us closer to a 100% cavity-free state at cavityfreewa.com.
Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's pretty simple, man. You get to discuss what you want to discuss, but Steve has a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ. It's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, you have to be gonged, and then we're going to have to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Ooh, someone has a question, a dilemma. They said their 15-year-old daughter has been acting a little weird recently. My wife and I are thinking of reading her diary. Do you think that's a good idea?
No. Oh, my God.
Do it.
I mean, look at you. Do it. You have a daughter.
I read her diary yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
What's it say?
Tatum writes some crazy. She just said, ooh, farted again.
Yeah.
Wow, my parents think it's funny when I fart. I guess I could keep doing this. These journal entries are crazy.
Well, she's learning a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, my dog keeps growling at me when I play with her toys.
Yeah. Well, that's a tough one, man. You read her diary, and then you find out what's going on. Yeah, and she finds out that you've done it. You've wrecked everything.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to find out maybe stuff that you really don't want to know. That's going to make things weird, I would think. And then on top of it, you're just violating her trust. So then good luck with that.
And by the way, she is a 15-year-old. They're going to act weird.
Yeah. I mean Vicky's double that, and she acts weird.
Yeah.
I mean, Vicky...
I wouldn't read her diary.
No.
I mean, you probably... and I'd like to know the definition of weird, because your parents thought there was something wrong with you when you goughed out.
Yes, because I went from being a Jesus freak to listening to rock music, dressing in all black, which ended up not being a phase because I still listen to rock music and dress in all black. But yeah, if you really want to hurt your relationship with your daughter, read the diary and it will never be the same. Like, seriously, just try. I know it's hard. Try talking to her. Or in like a case like me, I have cousins with daughters, and I've always said, look, sometimes they're not going to listen to mom and dad. And if you need me, sometimes you need that person on the outside to come in and talk to them. So I always had like an aunt or an uncle talk to me, and now I'm in that position where I'm going to be the aunt to talk to my nieces and nephews.
Oh.
So I think maybe finding somebody she trusts, like that's an adult, like an aunt or
an
a
adultish
cousin.
person.
Adultish. I'm adultish.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might be the best thing if she doesn't want to talk to you.
Well, do we even know if that she wants to talk? Have they even approached the subject? I mean, I know it's probably a tough conversation to have, but I mean, communication's kind of a good thing before you start reading somebody's diary.
Yeah.
Well, the problem
is
it's
impressive that someone even keeps a diary these days. I didn't even know that was still a thing.
I did MySpace and LiveJournal.
Yeah, I thought everyone just Facebooks their thoughts for everyone to read.
Yeah, that's where you really know what's going on. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, most dudes, this is stereotypical, but most dudes don't know how to talk to anybody.
Someone says, I'm not usually one to be harsh, but holy crap, this person, a complete and total idiot. Yes, invading a girl's privacy is the best plan of action. You blanking dill hole.
They're not an idiot yet. They asked if they should.
They have the potential of being a blanking idiot.
Yes, potential idiocy there.
We're the we're the dude's buddies, okay? I'm assuming it's a dude that's
You said
writing
him
it.
and his wife were thinking of doing it.
Yeah, so we're the dude's buddies. He's really trying to get some information, and I mean, I'm not going to call you a dill hole because you're worried about your daughter, and you're just trying to find the best way to figure it out because a dad wants to protect his kids. It's unfortunate that your wife doesn't have a good enough relationship that she could just sit down with your daughter and go, "What's up?" But sometimes that mother-daughter stuff, that can be a battle. Especially during the rebellious period, mom and daughter sometimes just go oil and water on the whole sitch.
It's hard to really kind of come to a conclusion based off of a 2-sentence text. Yeah.
But that's all I'm thinking.
That's all
about.
we got.
You know what I mean? I feel like mom, if she's got a great relationship with the kid, you don't ever have to worry about that. Like, you'll know what's going on. I know with Sarah, I just gave her a lot of freedom is what I did because I just, I really decided, well, she listened to a lot of hip-hop music with a lot of bad language, and a lot of people gave me a hard time for that. A lot of Kathy's female friends who did not have children said, what are you doing letting her do that? And I'm like, I know you're...
Why is she listening to Me So Horny by 2 Live Crew?
Yeah, well,
nice.
By the way, I wish that's what it was. She was listening
that was
to...
tame.
Yeah,
oh, no.
That was tame.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
And then she got banned from the Walgreens, but we'll forget about that part.
That's it too, yeah.
We all make mistakes in our life.
Yeah. Well,
now she can walk into most places and not get banned.
Most
we
people-
should bring your daughter in since we're talking about this. Like, her perspective would probably be a good one as well.
I feel like I did a good job as a dad giving her enough rope. Because I really, that's what you got to do. Because I would go to these, a lot of men's groups and a lot of couples groups, and I'd hear the nightmares of the couples and their daughters just jumping out windows because they try to get harsher and harsher with discipline. And I'm like, okay, I think that's not the way to go. I think with dudes, sometimes you can, use tough love on dudes and almost like it's a military thing. But with some girls, you do that and they just go, okay, F you. Next thing you know, they're jumping out the window, riding in some dude's car who's like, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years older than them. And you're like, well, that's not what I wanted. So I had to really massage this whole what do you do with Sarah thing.
Yeah, for me, you guys did it perfectly. You guys gave me so much freedom that if I was to hop out of the window and go with a guy older than me, I would just tell them. Mm-hmm. So they'd be aware about it, then we'd talk about it, and then maybe I'd still do it or not, who knows. But
how would you feel if Dad read your diary?
There would still not be trust.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Do you have your diary still?
I do.
I didn't know you had a diary.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad I didn't know because I would have read that.
It had a
part of me wishes, can we read it on the air?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, just select
pages.
Yeah.
She picks the pages, so it's consent is key.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Yes.
Consent is key.
Yeah, I can totally bring it in.
Yes. I don't want this. Why didn't you ever side with me, Steve? I don't want to read your damn diary.
Maybe you shouldn't listen, or Joey probably shouldn't listen because I probably talk a lot of crap on you guys, and I'll have a lot of my friends not listen to because I bet it's a lot of me just hating on my friends.
What time period was this in your life?
This was probably end of elementary school, all of middle school.
Wow. This will be interesting.
But after high school, when you got to high school, you're like, you ditched the diary? No more diary?
I haven't actually read it in a while, so I don't know when it stops, but I'll check it out. There might be some high school things too in there.
Right, I don't want the things that are tough to talk about, but the ridiculous stuff.
I don't think I actually wrote tough things in there. I think I just bitched about everyone.
Oh, that's even better.
And how I was going to get this man.
Sarah's bitch book. I love it.
I know me and my best friend had a crush on the same guy, so it's a lot of that kind of stuff. Probably not.
Did you write anything in there about what an awesome father you had, though? You probably should write some stuff in there just before you read it.
Awesome in that time period.
Just a couple select pages,
okay.
And then every once in a while, maybe every day we turn the page to another.
Another page.
Great idea, Steve.
It'll be a cliffhanger.
I think so. Thank you, BJ.
Honest to God, I cannot wait for your kid to get to some age at all. I just cannot. wait.
Same. But this is still awesome.
Just then we pay back like you don't even know. Even if I'm retired, I'm coming back to the business just to be able to.
I'll lock the doors, man.
Lock the doors. Yeah. I know people.
Yeah.
You won't know them anymore by then. Sarah's Secrets, new segment.
Oh, let's do it.
Nice.
All right. I'll get my diary out.
Can't you be a good daughter and just go along with your father and go, sorry, Steve, I don't know where it is?
Hey, I know where it is. I'm not a liar.
Okay.
And
I'm done with this.
Someone said we should call it Sarah's Diary Friday. Or Sarah's Friday Diary.
See, your brother would lie. That's why I like him better than you. Your brother would go, I don't know where it is.
I had a diary for maybe 2 weeks.
Do you have it still?
No. That thing got burned immediately.
Why?
Incriminating evidence, Steve. I knew that if my dad ever got a hold of that, I'd be grounded for years.
So you just like, screw this, let me get rid of it?
Yeah, because, it was
You
one of those
burn it,
things.
or?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Well, it's a smart move. My son's a smart guy. He understands that, his father was insane, and if you're writing about an insane man, and the insane man finds out about it.
Well, they tell you to keep a record of what you do. That only works if you're innocent.
It's a good point. Joe's not innocent.
I stole those Oreos. I know BJ was going to find out if he got a hold of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember trying to get like a journal going, and I had my mom get me one of the ones with the key in the lock.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah.
And I was like, I wrote like maybe for a couple of days, and I lost the key. And I was like, well, this is just stupid. And then I got rid of the book.
You can never open
threw
it again.
away.
Honestly, that's why we can't give you the launch codes.
So since you guys absolutely need to read her diary.
Oh, thanks, Texter.
Probably
Yeah.
so bad. Even how I type and talk now is terrible. So I can't imagine like 15 years ago what I sounded like.
And what a trip to have you read what you wrote 15 years ago.
Oh, it's going to be horrible, but amazing. And now, see, you didn't go through my diary when I was 15, so now you just get to know all of the things now.
That's great. Yeah, that's what I want to know. What a 15-year-old child is all
Thought of
about.
her father.
Yeah. Well, I know she thought I was amazing. I know she doesn't have that in there, but I'm going to write. I'll get in there and write some. I'll make some adjustments.
Maybe you for the right amount of money, you can get a hologram made of her as a kid to come in and say nice things about you and Kanye West.
Thank you, Kanye.
That would be so cool.
And and definitely, and of course, you're the most genius father anyone could ever want.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So it says, I just noticed that there's a new TikTok trend that I actually thought was pretty funny, where people have different voices, their work voice and then their actual voice. Do you guys have that same problem? LOL.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I end it with, and that's what's up. Wouldn't that be funny if I made an order at got a Whopper, double Whopper, no cheese, no onion, no tomatoes, and that's what's up.
Yeah, I have my customer service voice. I've had it ever since I was in the retail business, and I just brought it over to this business as well. A whole different way I treat people when I need something. It's my customer service voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What does it sound like?
It's like, hey, how are you? What can I do? That kind of thing. I'm very
soft,
soft, melodical, speaking from the diaphragm, very, very similar to what I'm doing now, but it's a lot nicer and has a softer tone and warm tone to it.
If we put some kind of inspirational music behind it,
yeah,
it'd sound a little bit more.
No, you sound creepy. See, you've got creepy and regular.
So if you did a little bit more 70s wah-wah music, it'd be even more sexy.
Well, I'm not trying to get sexy. You don't want to. You're trying to be warm. Warm and sexy are two different things.
I feel like it's the same thing. It's just a difference of music beds.
Dude, you know.
Rev, pull up inspirational, new agey music, and then pull up also Bomb Chicka Wow Wow 70s funk music. And I feel like the same voice will sound different in that context.
Well, you and I will have to agree to disagree on this one.
No.
Or we could just do it. But, I personally believe there's a different way to be sexy and warm.
I think for women, it's close to the same thing. For guys, a guy can't sound too sexy. Otherwise, it's going to sound creepy.
Yeah, a woman, if you're talking to them about something and they're trying to maybe fix something with your service bill or whatever, and they're as they're trying to do it and they're typing and they let a long as they're they're trying to figure it all out. Yeah, sure, like that. You're okay with it. But if a guy did that, I think you would hang up the phone. You're hold on, let me see if I could transfer that. And you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But when a woman does it seems like every time I'm listening to a woman, I'm on the phone with them and they're changing something or doing something, it's a customer service thing, they end up moaning.
Oh, yeah.
But they're not doing it to be dirty. I think they're just making that sound.
They're just concentrating and kind of
thinking
doing their
sound.
stuff. Yeah.
It's more of a hum, but it does come across more of a moan.
It sounds like they're moaning.
Yeah, I have to say, Steve, there may be something to a guy trying to sound warm, but he ends up sounding sexy is a fine line. It's the same thing with a woman who is trying to sound stern but doesn't want to sound annoying or professional, because I just had that happen in the world of customer service, where I had a woman that was dealing with me, and as soon as she got on the phone, she had that I'm annoyed with you voice. I don't want to even be talking to you. Mm-hmm. I don't get that so much with men. Men seem to be able to at least go, sir, how can I help you? Even if they feel like you're going to be a problem, they still know how to put on a not annoying voice.
Oh, the annoying voice is the worst, because you just want to be I'm sorry if I'm bothering you at your job where you are supposed to handle these situations for me. I have no idea why you're mad with me. I just called.
Yeah.
because this was the number they gave me. I'm
Right.
sorry that it's annoying to you.
Oh yeah, it is. So I think we all have our voices.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is, definitely like Steve said on TikTok, people are showing off their real voice versus their customer service voice. Here's a woman who does room service at a hotel.
This is my regular voice. And this is my voice when I'm working room service. Hi, sir. Do you mind if I step in and set this down for you? How has your stay been so far?
See, that happens a lot at like Starbucks. I see it, and other different coffee places as well. I remember one place we would go I almost started to like dread showing up to that drive-through because I'm like, it's going to be the lady with the fake voice, and it's like overly perky, and like she'll be like super perky, but then you hear her talking to her coworkers, and she talks normal. I'm like, just talk like that to me. Why do we have to have these crazy voices?
You don't deserve that kind of. That's her friend voice. You don't deserve that, sir.
Oh, but the perky voice is just like it doesn't make it just makes me mad. Like,
wow. Usually, I mean, that's interesting. I don't have that. I try to crack it. I try to see, can I get to the friend zone voice? Where like that's what I want to do with
the homie voice.
Yeah, I want to get to the like, hey, just
and how would you pull that off?
You know what? I match their delivery, say something really nice. I'm a wicked pleasant customer.
Wicked pleasant.
Oh, you're wicked pleasant from Boston.
And then what I do is I'll throw a line in. Like I'll be like, hey, blah blah. They'll ask, whatever, and then I'll see if I can get a little like something where, hey, tell me about your life. It usually works better with women because men just don't want to talk.
I am so glad I don't go with you to get coffee.
Well, it's a
but
fun
then they
thing.
start crying though because they're women.
Well,
and you make all women cry.
You're right.
He does.
I don't go that far, Danny.
You don't ask them about their relationship with their father?
No, that's only for the bar.
That's only for the
That's
bar
only when it's with
conversation.
me.
Yeah. Now, there's a news anchor in Philadelphia named Jeanette Reyes, who also got on the real voice versus the work voice thing.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeanette Reyes, and I heard there's like a trend going on TikTok where we show how we talk at like home and then how we would talk at work, so like our customer service voices. And so I wanted to give you an example of the difference between how I normally talk sometimes and then how I would talk at work.
Good evening, your time now is 4:52. My name is Jeanette Reyes, and we have some breaking news to tell you about. A pet llama has apparently escaped and is running the streets of Philadelphia.
Wow.
So it's like a little bit of a difference, I've been told.
It's a lot of a difference.
Oh, yeah. It's a total, like she like goes down like an octave or
You're
something.
Right. She's talking from the diaphragm, which a lot of us broadcasters were trained to do. Because my voice is normally up here.
When has that ever happened?
I've never heard you
I
talk
know
that way.
because I have trained myself to not talk from here, but this is my normal register.
Oh, can we please go to that now?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. Like
Yeah,
stay as old cranky
You're messing
BJ.
with my ears, man.
Yeah,
This is
I don't like it.
Yeah, this is my normal register.
That's because mine is usually like this.
Yeah, it's true.
This is how I talk.
No
when
matter what
I
he
get home.
does, I just feel like I need to call the authorities.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. We got a text message. Don't you guys talk a little different on the radio versus real life? No.
Dude, honestly,
So creepy.
Can we be done with Silence of the Steve? I'm
creepy,
really,
man.
I just want to go home and wash.
You know what's funny is that we always were told, like when I was learning to do radio, quote unquote, if I tried to do a radio voice, people would get mad at me. Like, no, you're puking, and it was just like So I would try to be like Danny V on the radio, and they'd be like, stop.
That's different.
So fair, but I just started talking, but I don't talk any different. I don't think
Talking from your diaphragm is different than puking.
And puking,
And
for
I'm-
those that don't understand, like that's like the radio voice of like you hear.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, it's super perky.
Sunny and 77,
Oh, no,
everybody.
I actually puked on the microphone. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you guys.
Oh, nice. Well, you used to drink a lot more.
It's true. Yeah.
So you guys, so you want me to talk like this?
No.
Why? This is my voice.
That's why, because it's your voice.
It's my voice.
Then I'm going to talk like this.
No. The only time this comes back, and I think this is really because of my upbringing, is in Boston. You're yelling all the time, and you have to be noticed. So it's usually the higher range that will get attention.
It's funny though. There have been times where I meet somebody and they're like, they find out who I am and what I do, and they're like, you don't sound like the guy on the radio. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. They like talk like you do on the radio. I'm like, I am. I don't understand what this means because we have like the microphones have processing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's certain things that go through the system. So I think they put a little bit more of like beef onto our voices.
Oh, I sound a lot sexier than in real life. even as I go down to this register that I'm at now, it still sounds amazing.
Well, since BJ's boys haven't dropped yet, and Steve sounds like a murderer.
That's it, buddy.
I remember like when we 15 years ago when I first started and I was doing this and Steve comes in and is like, you need to have a little bit more energy. So I went with, well, thanks, BJ, and just started doing the radio stuff. And I was like, I don't know about this.
Because Red was practically a mute when we had it the first time. He's like, okay, hey.
Oh yeah, well it's
you got to step it up a little, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
And then I just went total radio announcer voice, everyone, and everyone was like, do that, and I was like, but I sound dumb, and they're like, exactly. Do that.
I mean,
that's what you're supposed to do.
Because I don't want to say anything, but I mean, Pacific Northwest broadcasters. I mean, this is a quiet land. And, sort of like broadcasting in a quiet land. I mean, it's just basically like, PBS. And not everybody really wants that from their thing. But I mean, a lot of folks I've met around here are just like, hi, everybody. How are you? They're really monotone, quiet talkers, very just, balanced.
Yeah.
That's tough to do in an entertainment industry. You've got to, if you were an actor, nobody would say anything to you. You'd be like, oh, I completely get it. I need to act like a different character. But in our business, for some reason, they don't understand that we're still performing.
For me, it's not a difference in my voice between work and home. It's more of when I call somebody. Anytime I pick up the phone to call like a doctor's appointment or like leaving a voicemail, that's when I know I change my voice.
Oh, really? Same here.
Yeah.
I'm with you. My wife gives me a hard time anytime I'm on the phone. She just hates it because I'm practically yelling into it. She's like, you realize the phones, they pick you up. You don't have to yell so they can hear you.
So many people do that.
Without a phone.
Yeah, so many people do that.
Yeah, I'm always like super loud. And she's like, it's so obnoxious. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
I feel like my...
You know what? That's the answer for everything. I don't know what to tell you. In other words, leave me alone.
My phone voice very much sounds like my restaurant voice because I don't feel like my voice is too different from radio to real life, except when I'm waitressing or have been waitressing.
Oh, I don't know your waitressing voice.
Hi there, I am Vicky, and I'm here to serve you. So would you like to hear the specials today? Also, we have iced tea on sale. Would you like a lime with that, sir?
See, you've gone up to, I think, basically the blonde voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'd like, let's leave. This waitress is bothering me.
I think a lot of dudes like that blonde voice, and a lot of girls like the deeper voice.
I don't like when I could tell somebody is obviously faking their voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
that's
now I knew something was up with you, BJ, all these years.
I haven't been faking anything, Steve.
Got to get them tips, boys.
Someone says I feel violated from Steve's voice.
Yeah,
From
really.
Marty.
The entire state has been violated.
No, next text, and you can see I'm not even doing a make 'em up right there. It says, I love Steve's sexy man voice.
Oh, sexy man.
Who's that? Your wife?
No, she would never say that.
Okay.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.